Hey everyone, J Funk here, and today we're going to take a look at the best in slot corruptions for Windwalker Monk now that you can buy corruptions from a vendor. Recently, Blizzard added a hotfix that allows you to purchase corruptions guaranteed with Echoes of Nyalotha from Mother in the Chamber of Heart. This allows you to deterministically choose which ones you're going to get, and as a result, many people have been asking the question, what are the best corruptions for Windwalker? Especially since even more recently, right after they added the vendor, Blizzard announced that they would be nerfing Gushing Wound by 35%. This is a corruption that'd be best in slot for most classes right now that don't want stat amps. Especially for Windwalker, it was going to be a really, really good corruption. So now that that has been nerfed, what is the best corruption? Well, Babylonius and Scourge from the Peak of Serenity Discord did a lot of work in making best in slot lists, and they came up with a few choices. So the first off would be the Twisted Appendage. You can stack Twisted Appendage as much as possible, and that can be a very good corruption for you in single target and AoE. Because Twisted Appendage is just a purely RNG corruption, and it doesn't proc based off of haste or whatever, it can be pretty good. And additionally, Twisted Appendage is pretty nice because it can stack. So if you get multiple procs, it's not likely that you will end up wasting your procs. The Twisted Appendage can be pretty strong in AoE or single target. In terms of pure numbers, I think Twisted Appendage is probably the highest DPS that you could probably get on average for most encounters, and it's like very flexible in terms of corruption. But for Mythic Plus, I recommend. They found another setup, and I recommend using this setup because it seems like the best. It is versatile and Lash of the Void. So you stack as many versatiles as possible. You can have a max of 7 with this build. But right now, with the current corruption values, you could have about 4 or 5 versatile rank 3s. And then you use 2 Lash of the Voids, the mythic weapon from Raden. You can also use Heroic, but I'd recommend if you do that to sim it to see if it is actually an upgrade for you. But as many versatile as possible, and you try to put these versatile on pieces that have verse on it. So your stat priority when it comes to the versatile build here is verse is number 1 by far, of course, and then you want haste or crit, because you don't mind having haste because Lash of the Void will proc more often if you have more haste. Then mastery's last. So you don't want as much mastery with this build, ideally. That's pretty much it for corruption for Windwalker. There isn't much to do, and this is probably the overall BIS setup for Mythic Plus. I would recommend using a plumage or a medallion if you do this build and try to stack as much verse as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it for corruption for Windwalker. This is probably the best you're going to do for DPS, but keep in mind, Windwalker is pretty undertuned this patch. So even with all this, you're going to be still far behind. The stacking versatile is pretty nice. It isn't the highest DPS potentially, but it does have this nice benefit that you can have this defensive value, because Windwalker is usually pretty squishy. So having this extra verse to survive is pretty nice as well. I know for a while I was praising Ineffable Truth as being potentially good, and it's okay, but this versatile build is overall strongest. It's very consistent, it's a stat amp, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.